Hi everyone, as you can see from the thumbnail, this is how to calculate your calories and macros, okay? So your calories and macros are really important whether you're trying to cut or you're trying to bulk or you're just trying to maintain. You have to know a specific amount of calories that your body can intake so that you do not gain weight, lose weight, or do whatever depending on your goals. So as you can see from the thumbnail, I went from 86 kilos to 74 kilos in the space of about 3 months last summer. It was the biggest cut I had ever done, and after the cut I went from 74 back up to 80 after a few weeks, and now I'm completed my bulk and I finished my bulk on 95 kilos. So this video is for anyone who wants to lose weight, try and get shredded, or try and bulk up, try and gain some muscle as well. So the first important thing that you need to know, okay, is what weight you are in pounds, okay? So you can do this video along with me. You can take a notepad and just write down a few things and calculate your calories and macros with me as we go along, which is probably going to be the most easiest thing. So I have my whiteboard here, which is going to help us showcase how we are calculating these calories and macros exactly. So first of all, I am 210 pounds, okay? So that's about 95 kilograms I am, 210 pounds. So that's the first thing. So that's my current weight. So if you don't know your current weight, go weigh yourself, because that's absolutely essential to find out how your what your calories and macros are. And just remember, because I'm 210 pounds, the calories and macros for me is going to be completely different to someone who's 160 pounds, okay? Even if someone watching the video is 210 pounds, their calories and macros could be different, because you know, I might like to eat more meat than you, or you might like to eat more avocados and toast. So everyone's calories and macros are going to be different. So make sure you go and calculate your individual ones, okay? So first of all, I am 210 pounds now, okay? So to get my maintenance calories, so the calories that I need to consume to not gain weight, not lose weight, just to maintain at 95 kilos, gain no weight, okay, is I am going to multiply 210 pounds by 14, okay? I can multiply it by 15 or 16 either, but I'm going to multiply it by 14 because we're in quarantine right now, so I am not very active, okay? So I'm multiplying by 14 because I'm not very active. If I was, say, working construction or working a really heavy duty job, then fair enough, I'd multiply it by 16 maybe, because I'm burning lots of energy, I'm doing lots every day. But as I said, I'm in quarantine, I'm doing very little physical activity, just get my 10,000 steps in and doing a workout once every second day or nearly every day. So I'm going to multiply it by 14 because I'm not doing a whole lot, okay? So if I multiply 210 pounds by 14, that is giving me 2,940 calories. 2,940 calories. So this is my calories to maintain, okay? So again, that's my calories, so I'm not going to gain weight, I'm not going to lose weight, okay? If you want to bulk and gain weight, okay, you would add anywhere between 250, so bulk, you are going to add 250 slash 500 calories to this number, okay? This is your bulking calories. So I'm going to be eating 3,500 in around for me to add weight to myself, to go up to 100 kg, for example. I'd start off maybe 3,200 first week and see how I get on, see if I gain weight or lose weight. If you want to be in a caloric deficit, okay, and you want to lose weight, then you must minus calories from this maintenance. So again, just like bulking, we're minus 250 or 500 calories from the maintenance calories, okay? So this is my cutting, okay? So if I want to cut, I am going to minus 250 or 500 from my maintenance calories, okay? And then I'm going to be in a caloric deficit, and I'm going to be in a phase where I can lose weight, okay? So that's the first thing. So that is my maintenance calories. My bulking calories might be 3,200 starting off, and then say my cutting calories, I might start off on 2,750. They'd be my cutting calories for me personally. This might be a little bit different for you, okay? You might be starting on lower calories or higher calories depending on what weight you are currently. So that is what I would do currently if I was to cut or bulk tomorrow. But I'm maintaining right now, as I made a video on earlier during quarantine. There's not much point in me bulking or cutting, so I am going to maintain right now. So I'm going to eat 2,940 calories per day, okay? Now, second of all, get into our macros, okay? Into our macros. So we've got protein, we have fat, and we have carbohydrates, okay? So first of all, protein, okay? So protein is a really important macronutrient. I advise you consume 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight, okay? And protein is really essential for recovering from your workout sessions and just building back up your muscle basically. Fat is really another one important. It's really important for your energy. So you use your fat when you're burning energy. So when you're, say, a football player, like a team sport like that, the first thing that will go is your fat that you've consumed, okay? A lot of people think it's your carbs, that's why they bulk up on pasta the night before a match or whatever. But actually the most important thing, the first store that goes is your fat store. So it's really important as well as eating pasta and protein. All meals should have the 3 macronutrient groups, but that you consume a decent amount of fat before a game as well. So that's what fat is for, and then carbs is also for energy, but it's a much deeper store. So that's why once we burn through all our fat, say if, for example, when we're playing a match, we go into our carb store then as well, and we burn all our carbs as well. So first of all, to calculate our protein, okay? To calculate our protein. So we're going to take our pounds in body weight. So I'm 210 pounds, like I said. And I can multiply that by 0.75 or 1.25. Now this is completely dependent on how much you like meat, essentially. So the minimum I recommend that you multiply it by is by 0.75, okay? That's the minimum amount of protein you should be consuming per day. I recommend that you multiply it by 1 though. 1.25 could be a little bit too much unless you're someone who really is not recovering well from their gym sessions and is overall just not doing well with their meat eating. So I recommend, as a bang average, we multiply our 210 pounds by 1, okay? So that is going to equal 210, which is also going to be how many grams of protein we're eating a day, okay? So I am going to eat 210 grams of protein every day, and that is going to ensure that my muscles recover correctly, okay? And that is how I calculate my protein. Very simple, okay? Simple one to start off with. Next, my fat, okay? So I am going to multiply again my body weight in pounds, 210, by either 0.3 or 0.4, okay? Either or. This is again completely dependent on how much you like fat, and I mean good fats as in. Okay, so I'm talking about avocados, I'm talking about nuts, anything like that. If you're someone who loves eating avocado on toast or loves eating nuts, then you might want to opt for the higher option here of 0.4. However, I'm not too pushed about fats, so I'm going to multiply it by 0.3, okay? Which is 63 grams, okay? So I am going to consume 63 grams of fat per day to maintain, okay? These are my maintenance macros as well. We're going to talk about at the end that if you want to calculate your calories and macros for your caloric surplus or caloric deficit, okay? So I'm going to eat 63 grams of fat a day, and I'm going to eat 210 grams of protein a day, okay? So that's really, really important. Next of all, to calculate my carbs, it is a little bit more complicated, okay? So we're going to go back up to our protein figure here, okay? So I have 210 grams of protein a day, and I'm going to multiply my 210 grams of protein a day by 4, okay? And that is because there are 4 calories per gram of protein, okay? So every gram of protein has 4 calories. So I'm going to multiply my 210 grams by 4, okay? To calculate how much calories my protein is taking up. And that is equal to 840. I'm going to just put a C there because that's 840 calories, okay? Next of all, I'm going to multiply my fat, okay, which is 63 grams, by 9. And the same as the protein, I'm multiplying it by 9 because there is 9 calories per gram of fat, okay? 9 calories. So if I multiply 63 grams by 9, that is equal to 567, okay, calories. So I am consuming 840 calories worth of protein a day and 567 calories of fat a day currently, okay? So I am going to add 840 plus 567, which is 1,407. So with them two combined, I am eating 1,407 calories worth of protein and fat a day. Next, I'm going to look back up here. What was my maintenance calories? So my maintenance calories was 2,940 calories to maintain. So I'm going to minus 2,940 minus 1,407. So that is our figure that we got from our combined protein and fat. And again, this is to calculate our carbohydrates, okay? So those two those two minus is 1,533. So I've got 1,533 calories left for my carbohydrates. So now we have our 1,533 calories worth of carbs to consume. So to calculate the exact grams of carbs we need to consume, we need to see how many calories is in per gram of a carb. So again, just like that, there is, just like protein, there is 4 calories, okay, of 4 calories of carbs per gram, okay? So we're going to divide 1,533 divided by 4, which is 383, okay? 383 grams. So now I can see, okay, let me just rub that out. Rub this out. Okay. So now I can see my protein. So this again is my maintenance, everything. My protein is going to be 210 grams a day. My fat is going to be 63 grams, and my carbs per day is going to be 383 grams. And obviously my calories is going to be 2,940. Obviously, if you are planning on cutting or bulking, you're going to do this whole process with these reduced calories. So I would calculate my cutting calories, or my cutting macros, with the 2,750 or my 3,200 at the very start, okay? So that is if you want to calculate your cutting or bulking calories. However, your macros aren't really going to change all too much. Obviously, if you're cutting, the fat is definitely going to need to go down, and your carbs as well. When you're cutting, your protein is going to pretty much stay the same throughout the whole cutting phase. I wouldn't recommend lowering your protein all too much. obviously when you're going down in weight, say you start off with 210 pounds and you end up being 180 pounds or whatever, then obviously you're not going to need to consume as much protein per day, so you need to lower your protein. But your protein is always going to, a rule of thumb is that it's always going to be 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight, so make sure you stay on top of that. However, your fat and carbs are going to reduce, so they're going to go minus, and it's going to be dependent obviously on how many calories you're consuming per day, but it could probably go as low as maybe 30 or 40 grams of fat a day, and your carbs maybe as low maybe as 250 a day with your carbs. And then just the same with bulking, so if you want to gain muscle or add a bit of weight, then you're going to obviously add fat particularly is important on your bulk. A lot of people go straight to the carbs, but your fat is really important, and you maybe go as high as maybe 100 grams of fat a day, and your carbs maybe 450, 500 a day. Obviously, again, it's dependent on how many calories you're consuming a day and what weight you're starting at initially. But that's what I go towards. So this is mine. So again, I'm eating 2,940 calories a day to maintain. I am eating 210 grams of protein a day. Make sure my muscles recover correctly, and my fat and carbs, 63 grams and 380 grams, is going to go towards my energy. Okay, so it's really, really important that we're eating a good amount of our protein, fats and carbs, and that we don't just say like the keto diet, just eat protein every day and leave out fats and carbs. That's not going to be beneficial to you. You need to eat your fats and carbs as well if you want to achieve your goals and get your desired physique. Okay, so I really hope that helped a lot of people. A lot of people on Instagram and YouTube were asking me for some advice on calculating their calories and macros in order to achieve their desired physique. So make sure you're hitting your calories. MyFitnessPal is the best app that I've come across to track your calories every day, because you can scan the barcode of the product that you're about to eat. So that's why, like, especially cutting, it's kind of good to eat a lot of foods that are directly from like Aldi or Lidl, because all the barcodes on it are straight on MyFitnessPal, and they just come up and you can easily just scan them and easily track your food. Whereas if you use maybe SuperValue or a Butcher's, it's a lot more difficult because you don't know the exact product. You can't scan a barcode for MyFitnessPal. So if you're cutting, I'd recommend maybe using MyFitnessPal and mainly shopping in Lidl and Aldi, because it's a lot easier, and you kind of get frustrated if you like buy something in the Butcher's or something and you can't track it properly, and then you're not sure exactly what calories you're after eating. So that's my advice for that. Just remember, hit your protein. Make sure you're hitting 1 gram protein per 1 pound of body weight. Essential for growth and repair, and just really important. Fat also, it's essential for energy. Also supports cell growth as well, so another essential macronutrient. And don't forget to eat carbohydrates as well, with your pastas and rice, or potatoes, whichever's easiest for you to get your carbohydrates in. It's really good for improving performance and delaying fatigue. So make sure you're hitting your macros every single day. As I said, MyFitnessPal is the best way to see your macros and calories at the end of every day. You're not going to be perfect every single day hitting your calories and macros. It's very difficult to balance your calories equating to those exact macros. So that's like, but it's important also not to get obsessed with your calories. At times last summer, I was like obsessed with not hitting a certain amount of fats a day. Like I was making sure I was hitting underneath the fats, and it's just, you can get a little bit over obsessive with your foods. So yeah, if you're doing a show or something to display your physique, then fair enough, like you have to get to a certain weight and you have to get to a certain physique. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are just ordinary people just trying to lose weight or gain weight. So just don't get obsessed with it, and take your time. Like it's probably going to take a minimum of 8 weeks, and you know, for the first 2-3 weeks, you know, the progress might be slow, the scales might not move. The scales isn't everything. Make sure you take pictures, before and after pictures. It's honestly the best indicator, without a doubt. The scales can lie to you, and you know, then you can become obsessed with the scales, and you're weighing yourself every single day, even though it doesn't matter. You don't need to weigh yourself every single day. Once a week is more than enough. Don't weigh yourself every day, because again, that can become another thing that you get obsessed with, is your macros, your calories, and then you know, you have to weigh in yourself every day. Another thing, like, try and get your 10,000 steps every day. That's always important. Just, it's a good indicator for a healthy lifestyle. Just because you're bulking doesn't mean you can't be healthy. And lastly, try and drink 2 liters of water a day. Water is really important, and again, it's essential, really. Try and stay away from fizzy drinks, and if you're cutting, you know, limit your caffeine intake to a certain degree. Don't be drinking Monster every day or any other caffeinated drinks, and stay, you know, obviously Coke Zero and 7-Up Zero and Lucozade Zero are fine, but just make sure you're getting your water in first, and then worry about 0 calorie drinks and stuff like that. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a pleasure to make. I hope it helped some people understand their calories, understand their macros a little bit more, and if anyone needs any further help or anything, just give me a text on Instagram or leave a comment down below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.